Oh, there we go. I think we're live too. Okay, whatever. We'll roll with it. Oh, man, I am sure enjoying Standard right now, let me tell you guys. It's tough out there to brew. For those wondering, the last week I have just been very casually cruising around mid-Mythic, so 90% is where we're at right now. Just vibing, you know. I could play a red aggro or VV Cauldron or Demir mid-range, I guess, if I, you know, really felt like top 1200ing. But that's not for me, you know. We're here to have fun, you know. I love having fun, and sometimes having fun means just getting fisted repeatedly by people sweating harder than you. Let's see if we can beat some of those people today, hey? Honestly, that's what I'm here for. Today, we're the ones going to be doing the fisting, and we're going to be bringing back an old favorite of mine, naturally. It's going to be Bright Glass Gear Hulk. Oh, I might post the list just so people have it before we kick off. Also, exciting news. Today, I'm going to be giving a little bit of a prezzo later about how to spot a bad set versus a good set. It's finally ready, guys. And by finally ready, I've built up the confidence to actually do speeches off the cuff. So get ready for something super scuffed. I'm sure it'll be great, though. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is the deck. It's a Bright Glass Gear Hulk deck with no cage. It runs 3 Urban Retreats, which I can't get enough of. I freaking love this card. I love using it to cheat and ramp to my 4-drops. But yeah, let's see what we can drum up today. For those wondering about the title today, I definitely haven't chain lost today from practicing with it earlier. Definitely not. I never chain lose. Alrighty, let's boogie. I've also got a little announcement for the YouTube folks as well later on in the video. In the video? In the stream. I gotta get used to diving between the two, I guess. Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to teach myself to keep 3-land hands. Like, I see a hand like this and I go, oh, I could have a 1-drop, 2-drop. But then I'll, like, throw a hand away and... Like... Keeping 3-land hands isn't as bad as my brain has, like, convinced itself. Plus, we got 2 Gear Hulks to play. We're not too bothered. I was inspired by an idea I saw the other day, where someone got Mythic by only playing the card on their left. Which sounds so dumb, but I'm so there for it. I really want to try that. I think it'll be white. What deck would I play? I feel like you could do it these days with mono red aggro. For sure. Has to be possible. What was he got at 1 mana instant? Unless he's just holding priority for fun. There's a Llanowar Elves. I would very much enjoy getting a land here. So this might be... Caustic Exhale is kind of a wacky card to include. He's got to be doing some shenanigans, right? Okay. So we just play for the Cosmogrand here then. What do we choose? I feel like he's just going to -3/-3 this thing, so let's just make 2 1/1s. Okay. Later on, I want to ask the stream what their opinion on silly voices is. I've consulted a few people in my my inner cabal, and by inner cabal I mean my friends. And I have been recommended to start using funny voices. Wait, when I say it like that, it sounds awful. Forget I said anything. There will be no funny voices now. Alrighty. Wait a minute, this card's kind of a problem. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Ah, it's not that much of a problem. We'll take the Reliquary. That way as well, we stop him from being able to bring this card back repeatedly. Okay. I would very much like opponent to not have this card. Okay, opponent just scoops it up. Sure thing, buddy. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that's like driving me nuts right now. There are so many like weird decks on ladder because people I think are like super bored of standard right now. That's partly one of the things I want to talk about later. I really think it's time to broaden our horizons on this channel. I've neglected the Commander community a little bit too. And I would like to go back to making a few Commander videos, I think. Alright, I think Battle Menu won't do anything. Because he runs that Sandman, I'm just going to run the Vacuum and hoover him up, I think. What do I do outside of that, though? Ugh. Phoenix Down is usually really good against Golgari, I find. We'll cut a Steam Rip. And we do want Elspeth, too. Probably Battle Menu. Alright, we'll run with this. Oh, we can do the Urban Retreat. It's one of my favorite openers. Don't duress me. You'll make me very sad. Oh, nice. Alright, do not play something that can kill Novice Inspector. Lovely. I think he's just gonna block this, hey. So we'll just chill. I really want to attack with Novice Inspector there, but there's a good chance he just chump blocks and kills it. Ooh. Fabled Passage, eh? Guess we just have to chill. Uh-oh. That's trouble. He's gonna get all these fetches now. So he's got Massacre Worm and Scavenger Regent. Holy hell, this man has got a weird deck. Man, this is gonna hurt. So I have to get rid of the Vine Lasher here. It's probably the Ice Steel Explorer, actually, because it's giving him so many lands. So we take another 2 here. It'll have to be Cosmograin Zenith plus Duskrose Reliquary next turn, I think. It's just a swamp, right? Okay. Oh, goodbye. Oh. I'm a silly Billy. I shouldn't have drawn that card. My brain just autopiloted that. Are we dead here? Because he's going to use Aftermath Analyst to reanimate all the lands. Yeah, I'm dead. Alas. Alrighty. I see you, opponent. I still think we keep the deck as is. I don't think there's really anything we change. Okay. What's the opener here? I'm gonna have to play a tap land next turn. So I guess it's gonna be Restless Prairie. And it's gonna be green. He's had that every time so far. We'll just go the Paw Patch Recruit. Nasty card for Golgari to have to deal with. He has to use an AoE of some kind. Can we, like, normalize calling board wipes AoEs? I think that would be kind of cool. We'll just chill. So Ice Till Explorer is the scary card here. The fungus. Is he just gonna immediately kill that? Fair enough, dude. That means I'll get a free Ouroboros, right? Maybe not. Ooh, nah, it's gonna be Elspeth for sure here. That's really tough for him to deal with, hopefully. Voice of Victory is going to make a million little guys, too. He can't cast spells because of Voice. I don't think he realizes. Oh, he's got Harvester. Well, that's disappointing. But we will use that to trade, I think, here. Removing Aftermath Analyst is pretty good for us, because it just denies his... oh my god, dude. The one Massacre Worm player. Insane. Alright. This card needs to go. I'm gonna have to bin Ouroboros here, potentially. Or do we let Elspeth die? I think we let Elspeth die here. She's done her job. Ouroboros is way scarier threat than Elspeth. Wow, he's just gonna eat the food now. Insane. Alrighty. Beat this. A hard removal spell sets us back here. He's got Demo Field, I just realized that, but I still think Ouroboros is such a menace for him to deal with. Ice Till Explorer. He doesn't have a land to be able to, I see, no he does. He's just gonna use the Demo Field there. Fair enough, buddy. I think it's gonna be green, actually. Looking a little light on green. Okay. Second Demo Field. Man, I Still Explorer is such a cracked card. I really wish I drew something that wasn't a land there, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, does he have a removal spell? That'll make me so sad if he does. So down to 2. If this multiversal passage was a creature, I would bin it immediately to get Duskrose Reliquary. He's just gonna demo field me. I hope he does. Make my life easier, please. I could leave the Ouroboros back there to block, but I think I'm playing on like a super clock. So he has the house this turn if he wants to swing at me with it. Plus the Ice Steel Explorer, which is 6. The Lizard gets him there, I think? Okay, well if he's playing lands now, he doesn't have the Lizard. So we're good, we're good, we're good. I think. What he'll have to do then is save Llanowar Elves here to block. Oh my god. His deck feels like it's really dependent on high rolling. I'm gonna lie. Nature's Rhythm. Ooh, that might be bad. Maybe? I can't tell. What does he use to go get with that? Is he gonna let it rip? Like, he can deal 7 damage to me right now if he wants. He's tapping out, so he has lethal? Surely. So it's Lumra. Oh my god. Goofy deck. Is he gonna kill himself with Mill? No. So he doesn't attack here, right? Yeah. So we'll force him here to have to block with Llanowar Elves, I think. That's going to be our game. Cyborg follower! Thanks for the follow, man. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Welcome to the stream. Bruh, casual Ouroboros with 15 counters on it. I still can't kill him. Bright Glass Gearhulk would be so nice here, dude. That would be the dream. Alright. Lumra's back, guys. Holy hell. Holy high roll. So this man was holding that, or either just drew that, I guess? Nature's Rhythm again. I mean, it can't find Lumra because he's already got one on the battlefield, right? Is he gonna go for the house? Yeah, looks like it. So I take 6. Alright, if I could give this trample, that would be fantastic. Alright, Bright Glass Gearhulk, please. Is Bright Glass Gearhulk lethal? Oh my god, bro. In my time of need, the game gives me the middle finger, apparently. Well, what can we do about that? We're here to have fun, guys. Winning isn't everything, unless you're in an RCQ, in which case I'm sorry for your loss, but we're good. The title of the stream is I Will Not Tilt, guys. So, naturally, I'm not tilted. I'm a very composed individual who has not been land flooded all day today. That would never have happened to me. I'd be interested if other people are tolerating the standard ladder at the moment. Because I feel like my attitude to it has shifted quite a lot in the last 2 weeks. Like, it's very much a turn 4 or bust format, I think. You gotta, like, do your thing by turn 4, or else you're getting pummeled into the dirt. And if you didn't draw what you needed on turn 4, I'm very sorry. Tough luck, go next. I can't even imagine how bad it is in best of 1, actually, right now. This has got to be actually the longest wait time I've had between games. Guys, I think it's over. Standard is dead. Oh, Merson Diamond. All right. Masaki. There's a 300% chance, I'm going to say it now, this guy's on Cauldron or Red. And he has been chain winning. And now I've been sent to crush his dreams. I'm his gatekeeper right now. Nope, never mind. It's Golgari again. Rare Golgari. We're going to have a fair game of Magic again. What the hell? No, I don't even know what I'm against now. Dude, he's not ready for the turn 2 ramp. This is going to make the dankest Cosmogran Zenith next turn. You want to know the silliest thing about this, actually? I can play Starting Town untapped next turn, which, like, breaks my brain. Starting Town just, like, fits into that bubble of fast lands, where once you have 3 lands, it comes in tapped, right? Well, check this out. Observe. Boom. No one has ever seen that before. We want some dudes, please. Alright, we pray for no board wipe. I haven't seen a planet land, so I'm not worried about Kona nonsense yet. What did he mill? Nightclub? Bro is he on 5 colors? Oh my god. Do we ramp again? Are we that greedy? I think we are. I'm genuinely gonna do that. And then I'll play a land anyway. With all this mana, surely we have something crazy to play in a minute, right, guys? Opponent has got to be scared. Urban Retreat is actually such a fun card to play. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, sure. What's he mill? Let's see it. Ill-timed explosion. Oh, no targets? Because that's an Overlord, so he can't mill that. You know, it just occurred to me. Overlord of the Bale Merc. They printed this for non-avatar creatures. I reckon there is no shot they were thinking of Avatar The Last Airbender when they printed this. Because that's like, this card's got anti-synergy with Avatar The Last Airbender. When I'm pretty sure they only put non-avatar so it couldn't get itself. It's kind of funny to me. I don't know why. I have to battle menu this thing though. It's kind of annoying. Oh, there's a Gear Hulk for next turn at least. Dude, no one ever expects the battle menu. And I would like to draw a card, so I'll just keep that clue. I still have no idea what opponent's on. Dragon. Terror of the Peaks. That could be a problem for us. No, we will draw. We'll use Bright Glass Gear Hulk to go get a heart that we'll use, and we'll sacrifice a 1/1. Wait, we don't even have to, I think. We don't even have to. And we'll grab a Port Patch. What are we doing with our mana, guys? Do we want 1 damage or the card draw? I think we want 1 damage. So we do play Novice Inspector then. And we sacrifice the artifact instead of the 1/1 token. I was thinking of whether or not I keep it or not, but I think dealing the damage matters a lot more. Plus, it's a body we can buff, so, you know, can't be that bad. We'll play the tap land, and we'll just swing. Alright. And if he stabilizes here, we have another Bright Glass Gearhulk to keep us ahead. Oh, that's what he is. Oh. He's that combo with all this, like, nonsense. So am I dead? No, not quite. But I nearly am. Okay. Nearly died, though. So I guess we just play another Gearhulk, right? We play Gearhulk before Port Patch Recruit here, I think, because we want to buff the Gearhulk so that it can trade into the Overlords, if possible. We would very much prefer that. I'll grab Phoenix down. And I guess it'll be a Dusk Rose. We kind of need it. I want the Phoenix down. I'll take the buff. And it's going to have to be non-buffed Port Patch Recruit here. Very sad for us, but we kind of have to do that. Thank God we exiled the Terror of the Peaks. Jeez. So these will come down and be a little bit of a problem, though. Nope. If we had Ouroboros, that would be kind of nice. So I guess that Bright Glass Gearhulk is a goner here. Is he just going to swing? He's passing. That's a wild pass from opponent. We'll reanimate a Bright Glass Gearhulk then. Because that'll give us cards to play with Cosmogrant here too. Don't mind if I do. Port Patch Recruit, please. And I guess we grab Novice Inspector. We're running out of targets. So the play here is probably Restless Prairie. Activate 2 spells. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So this is going to leave me with how much mana? 4 more mana. So I can Offspring a Port Patch Recruit. Alright, we'll do that. That should be fun. I don't know what instant he's got. He's got the houses. That's the other thing I need to be mindful of. What I need to do this turn is put him in a position where he's forced to make a really shit trade. That's the dream here. So here's this, and then we play the Inspector, which will trigger Zenith and buff the board. And then you have these Gearhulks here, which are hopefully going to be a big threat to him. I don't think I can target that. Alright, we'll roll with this. Alright. So he's probably going to get some kind of value trade here. But ideally not a good one. We can't really dirtle anymore. He's got such a big board. We have to just make him have a good interaction here. So this just brings it back. And again, my board is too big for him to comfortably trade against. And he can't use his house anymore. So it's not too bad for us here. Restless Prairie is almost as good as dead, though. He has to lose creatures if he wants to survive here. There's no way around it for him. Yeah, see, like, those bringers, they all die here. Yeah, okay, so I'm guessing he has another Kavero in his hand, because otherwise he wouldn't have done that. There's no way he makes that play if he doesn't have another Kavero, right? So we might be cooked if he has another one, because he's just going to bring all that stuff back. Town Greeter? Oh, wait, nah, I see. It's going to be Overlord. He's going to swing and bring back Kavero. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, he's just... Wait, no. He missed lethal. Because what he could have done there is use Overlord to attack, right? And he could have brought back Kavero to his hand, played him, and he has a bringer in his grave, right? Where is it? There. Yeah, he would have killed me. All right, well, we'll take it. If opponent wants to misplay, be my guest. Remove the blocker. We have a second spell trigger ready to go, so we'll just play Voice of Victory. I don't think it's going to matter anymore. We have all these trample creatures. Yeah. Opponent completely bungled that, I feel. But we'll take it. Seam Rip can go in this matchup. We need the Vacuum. The Vacuum isn't a clean answer to Kavero because Kavero doesn't target a creature when he comes in. But we can make it work. Requisition Raid. Requisition Raid destroys the Overlord and buffs my board. No, I don't think so. I think Aven Interrupter is the go. I don't like Elspeth in this matchup. She gets removed by a lot of things. So I think we just have to play low to the ground, fast magic. That's kind of how you beat this, like, combo kind of deck. Okay. Winning game 1 there feels good. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I was cooked there. Oh, dude, we got the opener. I love this opener. And we'll bin battle menu. Oh, maybe I should have been an Inspector. Now we want to combo our cards with Cosmogran Zenith, so Inspector's good. I'm glad I kept that then. So we need to avoid a turn 4 combo kill. Ugh, he's gonna get it. That is insane. Wait, okay, he has a Kavero in his hand then? It's the only reason they do that, right? We get to do the thing, guys, look. Dude, this is so nice to do. Oh, what ramp. Oh, good ramp. That's what I'm talking about. That got me fired up. Alright, so we're just like getting our shit pushed in right next turn, right? Because he's got Kavero in his hand, and he's just going to use Bringer immediately. Oh well, we might as well make him have it. And we'll get some 1/1s. Tap land. Okay. Binza Terra. So he's set up for the combo now. And we'll buff this board. If he has Kavero, we're just cooked. Like, we can't afford to play around it. Swinging. Okay. Let's see it. We'll just scoop instantly if he hits us with it, I think. Yep, alright, GG. Oh, that's rough. I mean, it made sense. He played completely like he had it there. Take the play. We want a nice aggressive hand. This'll do. We'll probably open Novice Inspector, because we ideally want to Paw Patch Recruit Offspring on turn 3, because then we set up really nicely for Ouroboros. we go. That's what I'm talking about. Battle menu at instant speed is probably going to be our next play. So we got the aggressive start here. And we've hit the 4 mana we need to really pop off on turn 4. So this is a fantastic opening for us. Opponent here can remove something, but he triggers Paw Patch Recruit. So we're in a fantastic spot. He's got nothing in his graveyard. I'm a bit worried about removal here, though. So I think, because I think Ouroboros is just going to get shut down. So let's play Bright Glass. Actually, let's go to combat and see what he does. So we'll play Bright Glass Gearhulk here then, I think. Because if he removes this, we still go up in card advantage. Nice. Yeah. He was in a rough spot there. Playing Ouroboros there was probably a trap. We want to get card advantage on him. Alright, well, we're back in the 90s. Let's see if we can climb up. I would very much like to finish the day around 95 if I can. I'm not expecting to get, like, numbered Mythic with this deck. Though, having said that, I did win an RCQ with it, so it can do it. It's just more like... There is so much random shit on ladder right now. We'll just play a tap land turn 1, I guess. Cecil. Would very much like another land, if possible. Duress. 1 target. Ugh, it's my removal too. Oof, nice. I very much don't want to use my Cosmogrand Zenith here if I can avoid it. I don't think I play Cosmogrand until I can double spell against black. Because they're just going to remove it on the spot. Though if I don't draw a land next turn, I'm kind of just going to be forced to deal with it. That was weird. Yep, we're playing Seam Rip, it looks like. I'm here for the tilt. Yeah, buddy. It's already started, don't you worry. I'm trying to reverse psychology the Shuffler today. If I say I'm going to chain lose, the Shuffler hears that and immediately just cues me against games I'm just going to auto win. Everyone knows that's how the Arena Shuffler works, right? Oh, man. I would very much like a land here, please. How you feeling? I assume webcam is off because still recovering? Wait, my webcam's off? Oh, it is. Why is my webcam off? Oh my god, bro. What are you doing? Why is my webcam off? I am, yeah, still a little crook, though. For those wondering why I've been quiet the last few days. Let me have a look. I think OBS is being silly again. Hold up. If I see a single person what face in the chat, by the way, when I fix this, I'm timing you out. Whoa! Oh, no, 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 no. How's that? I guess a bit too big. There we go. We're good. See? What up, everyone? I'm alive. Bro, just wait till I draw a 4th land. Opponent is not going to be ready for that. In the meantime, I'm just going to sit... Yeah, there we go. All right, Drac. This user has not had any... Okay. You're lucky I don't know how to... Oh, there we go. Get wrecked. Just timing out my mod real quick, don't mind me. Alright, this board needs to be dealt with. We'll go Seam Rip, because we can hold on to Seam Rip. Especially if he brings out the 6/6 flyer. It's such a great target for it. Bloodletter, ew. Very ew. I mean, I'll kill that. Brightglass has first strike, buddy. Oh. I'll get outplayed, I guess. That's cool, too. That's cool, too! Alright. I'm up. I'm present. I'm ready to win. We'll bring back Bright Glass Gearhulk now, I think. One, and we'll just keep grabbing removal. Nah, we got a double buff here. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're just dead here, hey? No, misplay on my part. Ugh. Oh my god, nah, we were dead regardless. He was just gonna bonk me with the Bloodletter. That's fine. Sometimes you get the 4th land on turn 6, and there's just nothing you can do about it. And it's perfectly fine and okay. One battle menu for Pick Your Poison, because we need to keep those enchantments away. I do like Phoenix Down as a 2-of in this matchup. And I do like Elspeth. We probably cut one Ouroboros here. Do we cut battle menu? Yeah, I think we do. For Get Lost. For some reason I just immediately thought of a microwave. Don't ask me why. I think it's because it goes like, That's how you know I'm really thinking. One more Ouroboros. Ouroboros, I'm just worried it's just going to get zapped as soon as I play it against black. Alright. We got the opener. We got the opener we love to see. Oh, we're getting it too. Don't know why it wants to tap that one. Oof. Ramp! Let's go! Fantastic opener. We can Bright Glass Gearhulk immediately. Okay, well, we will not be Bright Glass Gearhulking, it seems. But imagine if we top deck Elspeth here. No. Never lucky. I think it'll be white. Alrighty. We do not have a hand anymore. Oh, but we drew Elspeth. Don't we love to see that? Despair, opponent. What a draw. Actually insane top deck right there. Then I guess we kind of just have to pass, eh? All we got to do is just put up 1/1s to block over and over again. Nowhere to run. I guess that nails the voice of victory. We'll just chomp. It's gonna take 2. We'll just keep making tokens and go for the Alpha Strike if we can. That's got to be the win con here. He can't make the 6/6 Demon. It'll just get eaten by Seam Rip. There's the Bloodletter. Take 4. Do we have lethal? No, opponent drew removal. Unfortunate for me. Alrighty. Not quite lethal, unfortunately, but nearly there. We'll just zap the Bloodletter. I really don't want opponent to have that. Oh my god. Oh boy. This is 4 damage coming at me. No. What up, Pokey Rogue? How you going, man? That's better. That's what I'm talking about. I think this might be lethal. Remove that. And we'll swing the gang. So Nowhere to Run has to hit one of these, and then he has to chump block it. No, we're dead. Oh my god, bro. Vibing with the black-blue example brawl deck. Oh, what's that one all about? Out of curiosity. I'm not a brawl player, so... I was not aware. Oh my god, I think we're just mega dead here. Yeah, big sad for us. Alas. I will not tilt, guys. That intimidation tactics was nasty. It's zombies and recasting from the graveyard. Oh, that sounds fun. Always like a good reanimator strategy, right? Are you more of a brawl player? Is that kind of your go-to format? Ooh. Okay, I think we can keep this. Opponent is having a big think here, though. Probably Dusk Rose has got to go. More of a historic life gain player, but been annoyed with ladder, so changed to some casual commander slash brawl. Hey, look. I think historic is not the only format giving people grief at the moment, buddy, so I feel your pain. It's tough going on these streets at the moment. Counterspell? I'm pretty happy for this to eat a counterspell, to be honest. The exhale. Okay, so it's Omni combo. Okay, the timeout is over. Everyone say welcome back to Drac. Oh yeah, this guy is 100% Omni combo. Give him something I have to panic about. Overlord. Not Omni combo? That's a weird inclusion otherwise. I'm gonna do something a bit backwards. We play Cosmogrand here, and we play Seam Rip just to trigger Cosmogrand. This is a must block for him. You don't have enough cards for a standard deck? No way I'll open myself to the answers. Timeless. I feel like Timeless is the format that was made to be, like, as degenerate as possible, right? Like, when I think of Timeless, I know what I'm getting into. Oh, opponent just double scooped. He did not want a bar of what we played there. Sure thing, buddy. He went, nope. We need, like, a noise that I can play when my opponent just, like, rage scoops. Man, fuck this shit. I'm jerking off. I like this hand. This is one of the hands. Bro, what is with Golgari today? I'm jaking it. Alright, let's give him the must answer. The turn 2 Cosmogrand Zenith is such a threat. I mean, he's in the colors to have a removal spell, but he could also be the Sultai combo deck. Yeah, so Bit of Triumph is his only out here. Quantum Rizzler. We'll do this. And we'll make a 1/1 counter on each creature. One good thing is there will never be a Soul Ring in Arena, so eventually I might make a Timeless deck just to see what degenerate thing I can do. I think Timeless is alright. If you can get past all the show and tell spam, right? But some people will, like, defend that. That's, like, the ideal Timeless experience, to be able to play show and tell and cheat out, like, nonsense. I think we're just all in on the beat down here. And once again, we'll play Seam Rip just to trigger Cosmogran. There's not gonna be many cards he can play here that save him. Yeah, he's cooked. We got him, fellas. Alright. Not bad. We like to see it. Didn't seem like he had Seam Rips or Seam Rip targets in that deck. I'm gonna put in Vacuum, like, cautiously, I think, here. I'm just getting the vibe I'm gonna need Ghost Vacuum against this deck. And I think that'll be our only change. We'll put Smells Breath in. Yeah, one person I met called her Smells Breath just off rip instead of Elspeth, and it completely changed my life. One thing I'm not looking forward to, Show and Tell Emrakul. Yeah. Yeah. The Timeless experience should just be a big poster of Show and Tell in the background with Emrakul in the foreground. Or Omniscience. tragic trajectory. When the trajectory is tragic. Am I right, guys? Yeah, I mean, timeless moment. Definitely. Okay, Bit of Triumph is making me think this guy might be the combo deck. Ooh. Don't you hate to see no lands? We're just gonna have to go for the beat him down real quick strategy again, I think. Especially if we're stuck on 2. Battle menu comes in and probably zaps the Esper. Yeah, he just wants to fire it off. Oh, Pokerogue! Thanks for the follow, man. Enjoy your stay. At least here you don't have to suffer the stresses of Brawl and Historic. So he wanted the land, did he? We are once again landless. No lands. I'll just destroy that. Once again, we just need to turn them sideways before our opponent gets to play actual creatures. It might be too late, though. Time to find out. Stock up. Alright. I still have no idea what opponent is on. Okay, buddy. You got me. This card makes me laugh. Oh, please remove the Cosmogrand. Make my life easier. Just remove this card I can't play from my hand. No, never lucky. Oh my god, a land. My commander of the example Brawl deck is Gisa and Geralf. Oh, yeah. That's also a, one of the commanders in the starter kit, too. Like, you can get that in paper really easily. They have, like, these old starter decks. And I'm pretty sure Gisa and Geralf, they're a Dimir, they're the box, or the face commander for that deck. I got a friend who rocks it. And it's a pretty spicy deck from what I've seen. I also happen to have a Gisa deck, but it's Gisa the Hellraiser, which is the one from Outlaws of Thunder Junction that makes zombies when you commit crimes. Actually, one of my favorite decks. Oh, we drew a land. Alright, once again, our strategy is just going to be to absolutely pummel him as fast as possible here. Before he does whatever nonsense he's been setting up for the last 5 turns. He's been very gracious in letting me, like, be stuck on 2 lands for ages. You want to get into paper, but you're not from America and there's no card shops close to me. Ah, dude, that's rough. Nothing worse than being into a card game and not being able to physically play it, if you ask me. I'm kind of having the opposite problem with Riftbound, where the League of Legends card game I'm really into, but I think I'll only be able to play it physically, which means I won't be able to practice it online, which is one of my favorite things to do with my spare time. GG, buddy. Oh my god, the rare plus 90, guys. We did it, chat. We got out of mediocre Mythic. We're so back. Cue the cycle of we go from we're so back to it's over. We're definitely on the we're so back train, though. Also, Drac, while you're here, buddy, if you're listening to me right now, if I record something and send it to you tonight, and by record something, I mean actually record something on the stream, what's your availability like, by the way? Because we're going to have a little fun tonight. Ooh, let's go. We got a numbered rank. We're locked in. If we win this, we get a ton of MMR. So, I am very locked in for this one. 5 lands. I do not think I'll be keeping this, though. Every person who I've seen with a rank, by the way, has been playing something with red in it. Very sad. But we can beat red. Ooh, okay. I think we play starting town here. What does the 91% mean? That means I am currently in the top 91% of Mythic rank. So 100% is the highest you can be. Once you get above about 97 to 98, depending on how late in the season it is, you'll get a number. So this is current rank 1154 in MTG Arena. Not just standard. So in other words, 91% means I'm currently in the top 91% of Mythic players across MTG Arena, across all best of 3 formats. Yeah, percentile then numeric. You got it, buddy. Also, welcome. Enjoy your stay. Ask any questions you like, dude. I am easy. Also, this opponent is on Kona Omniscience, so we might have to save battle menu. Though he hasn't played a way to tap Kona, so we are good for another turn. Dimars, are you an arena enjoyer, would you say? Not really an arena player, so the ranks are all new to me? Ah, yeah, fair enough. Nah, you're welcome. You get to ideally see some high quality Magic here. I always like to climb Mythic every season. I'm trying to qualify for Pro Tour, so it's just good practice for me to do. Him playing that on my turn is... or his turn. Oh, he has to because of Voice of Victory, right. The deck he's playing is one I play a lot, so... Alright. Haven't broken into gold yet. It's you just gotta find the right deck and click with it. You can learn a lot of fundamentals of Magic through simply just playing a deck you like repeatedly. Man, I would very much like to play this Ouroboros. The problem I have, guys, is he could potentially play a card that just wins him the game next turn. So I've got to basically call his bluff. Because this creature alone isn't going to be enough to win the game here. I've got to play another creature to put pressure on him. If I do that, if I play this card this turn, and he doesn't beat me next turn, I should win the game. My Cat's Life Gain deck is that for me, but it's not that good. My advice would be to sort of identify where or what matchups you're losing to a lot. How long your games are going is usually a good way, and then try and steer your deck towards that. Okay, well, he's just comboed me, unfortunately, guys. Very tragically, I think we've lost. Yeah, okay. So he's just got Omniscience on the board, which lets him cast spells for free. He's just going to go through his deck and win the game. So we can beat this matchup. We just need to hard put in a bunch of cards that can remove that creature that does that. Even Interrupt is really nice in this matchup too. Is there anything else I want to include here? No, I think that's good. I very much like the deck he's playing. Red aggro is your problematic matchup. Are you playing best of 1 or best of 3? Because that's your other... That's the other thing. So red aggro, in particular, is very good in an environment... I don't know why I kept that. Holy hell. Is very good in an environment where you basically are one and done. because it's very difficult to beat a deck that's so tilted towards killing you as fast as possible without sacrificing your own deck's game plan against everyone else. And that's kind of why red does really well in best of one. Because you don't know how to sideboard. Yeah, well, sideboarding, ironically for you, is one of the best tools you would have against red. Generally speaking, red wins game one most of the time. Well, not most of the time. It wins game one more often than not. And then it's up to its opponent to bring in cards that slow down the aggro plan and stabilize. And unfortunately, because best of one limits, like, stops you from doing that, you're much more limited in what you can get away with, basically. Also, we're kind of getting cooked with our mana base here. You might have encountered... So life gain is arguably has the most potential to be able to get over the top of red. It really depends on the kind of cards you're including. Also, oh wait, he's got planet. Yeah, we're just cooked, guys. If it's Omni, we're done. Yeah, alright, GG. Alas. I shouldn't have kept that hand, is the motto of the story. Very unlucky. So, you might have seen a lot of people in Best of One like to run cards like Authority of the Consoles in their main deck. I don't know if you run that card or know what that card is, Pokerogue, but I'd have a look at that card, particularly in a life gain strategy like your cat deck. You have a Discord? Then I can send you the MTG Goldfish link to my main deck. I do have a Discord, actually. I can send you the link to the server. But, generally speaking, there are just a few things you can do off the bat. Yeah, Authority of the Consoles, you're running 2. Alright. The other thing red really struggles against, by the way, if you are interested, is red really struggles against creatures with big butts. Because they run cards like this, Burst Lightning and Lightning Strike, which are 2 and 3 damage respectively, right? So cards like Cosmogran Zenith here are really good against them, because not only does it have 4 health, so red can't really get through it, but also it can buff itself and get even bigger. Red has a few tricks to beat that, like Screaming Nemesis. You're probably familiar with that card. But generally speaking, that's... I might have this into tap. Sorry, I'm just going to lock in for a second. But generally speaking, red really struggles against tall creatures because they project like a defense. So opponents just spent a lot of removal here. We'll probably set up a pretty wicked next turn if we can. So we're 1 land away from Bright Glass Gearhulk. This is an example of a card that red really struggles against. So you'll see he's just burnt all his removal. Bright Glass Gearhulk, if I can play it, is going to be such a problem for him. Which it looks like I'll get to. So we're going to make this come in for green. There are not many cards in his deck he can run, especially game 1, that can deal with this card. So we'll grab Seam Rip. And we'll grab Poor Patch Recruit. Yeah, I'll send the link in a second, buddy. Give us a moment. Alrighty. Let's see. You wish Bright Glass was mono white? Yeah, understand that. So here's Screaming Nemesis. We have a choice here. We can block this, take forward, we can't gain life. Which, you know what? I'm happy to do. Because he either zaps me for 4 or he has to remove the Gearhulk. He doesn't know that I have another big body ready to come in. Yeah, so this deck beats red, for the record, by doing literally this. I'm just going to have big enough creatures that I project a massive amount of toughness that he can't attack into. You just have to stop them from being able to comfortably attack into you. Yeah, so look. This is effectively better than gaining life, because he didn't get to attack me. I'm going to use Phoenix Down this turn as well, and I'm going to return Bright Glass Gearhulk. It comes in tapped, but the main thing is it's going to be a creature on the board for Cosmogran to buff, and it's going to get me 2 cards. He scoops it up. Bright Glass Gearhulk, for the record, gets to be so powerful because of the fact that it is that ridiculous casting cost. Because it's 2 green and 2 white, it's just like loaded with so much value. And it's one of the rare cards in the format at the moment that can absolutely hose the hell out of red. And against red, unsurprisingly, we have Authority of the Consoles, guys, which Bright Glass Gearhulk can find. And I don't need Phoenix Down in this matchup. I want Baza, and we cut Ouroboros for that. And I probably want another Seam Rip. And probably Battle Menu's real. I'm still on the fence about Battle Menu. No, I do want Phoenix Down, actually, because Phoenix Down hits Screaming Nemesis. So we cut Ouroboros, and we probably cut 1 Novice Inspector. Yeah, I'm grabbing the Discord link now, sorry. I'm just making sure I don't duplicate a link. We know we have a bot. Oh, actually, is the Discord link in my channel description? Let's see. What rare card do you need to craft Blyskot? Oh, it's a Mythic, which is actually better than rare, if you ask me, because I find I have more Mythic wildcards than rare wildcards. I don't know about you, but like maybe because there's so many more rares, I find I run out of them so much more. Let's see. Cade, is there any easy way for me to make a Discord invite without creating a new invite link? Because I'd very much rather not do that. Discord is not in the channel description. Ay. What kind of operation am I running here, guys? Alright. I'm gonna try this out. There we go. Chuck the Ooh. I would love to keep this hand if I had more than 1 land in my hand. Alright, we got consoles. We should be fine with this. Hired Claw comes down. The nice thing about Authority of the Consoles against red specifically is that Nova Hellkite is a really popular card for them now. And it just completely shuts it down. This will be a Multiversal Passage coming in for white kind of game, I think. And we'll have it enter tapped. We don't want to play Paw Patch Recruit yet. Do you think Standard is worth learning as a Commander player? Oh, 100%. I started as a Commander player, for the record. And I think I became a much better Commander player by playing Standard. You learn a lot about kind of how to evaluate good cards for your deck. You learn a lot about sequencing in the stack. Where should you post a link? Just chuck it in general, dude. I'll make a channel for deck techs in a bit. The server is relatively quiet, as you can see, since I'm relatively new to all this. Also, Nova Hellkite instantly shut down. Look at this, guys. This is what I'm talking about. And he buffs up this creature, which means it will eat one of his creatures he tries to attack with. He can attack with the Bastronaut because it has Menace, but that's actually a net positive for the deck. And now we just jam Baza, and his hopes and dreams, like, go down the door. Deck is posted. Let me take a look, buddy. Thank you. Alrighty. So this is for historic. You got Ocelot Pride, which is an absolute banger of a card, hey. Regal. Sorry, the Australian in me just came out very briefly. Okay. So this is ideally, I'm guessing, just with cards you've got too, right? Oh, that's a Nemesis. What do we play here? I think we just let him have Screaming Nemesis, to be honest. I'm so unbothered by that card at this point in the game. So we'll play Bright Glass Gearhulk here. And we're going to do something a little cheeky. We're grabbing a Phoenix down for later. Because what I would like to do is I'm going to use that Phoenix down to hit the Screaming Nemesis. Let's go for the... So this has double strike. I think it's going to be the Bastronaut. The Magebane Lizard can still block me here, but I'd very much just rather stall him. The Bastronaut's going to be a bigger threat than Magebane Lizard at this point. Alright, so let's have a look at your deck here. So the first thing I'm immediately noticing is you don't have any 4-obs except for Collected Company. Generally speaking, and this doesn't necessarily mean it's right for your deck, but you want to have 4 of a card that you feel is the breadwinner of your deck. So cards that you feel do the most in your deck strategy, like blanket rule, run as a 4-of. So, for example, Bright Glass Gearhulk, 4 of in my deck. That doesn't necessarily mean you need 4 of the Gearhulk. It could be 4 of Ajani's Pridemate, for example, because that's a really strong life gain card. Alright. So we are going to hit Screaming Nemesis here. And that kind of bricks his strategy that I think he had in mind there. Sheltered by Ghosts is a 4-of. Yep, absolutely. So that's a great card against red aggro. I'm also talking about your game plan with your creatures. That's the one that stuck out to me immediately. If you give me a moment, I can actually give you some card recommendations. Because it's historic, there's probably better cards than standard cards, which is the format I'm most comfortable with, particularly for life gain at the moment, but that doesn't mean that I can't find you some good cards here. For the record, actually, you're quite close to being able to run a good standard deck. The first card I would highly recommend, straight away, is Guide of Souls. If you know that card, it is a rare, but it's probably one of the strongest rares in old formats at the moment, particularly for life gain strategies, since it's like a Soul Warden, but also can pump itself. The whole energy thing on it might spook you a little bit, but it's actually not a super energy-related card. Would I say Chatterfang is good for this deck? Chatterfang puts you in... It's a green card, which means... And you do have quite a lot of green. You could honestly almost bring this into standard with some minor changes, which might actually help you out, because you wouldn't have to verse as high power level decks. If it's alright with you... After this game, I might actually take this into Moxfield and we can deconstruct it together. Does that sound alright? I think it's going to be Valgabot's Lair for white and pass here. I might switch it up, and I might actually share a Moxfield page with this deck. Give us a moment. I'm going to grab the MTGA list for this. Opponent is just going to hold that. We'll play Voice of Victory here. Yeah, wish you could craft Ouroboros IRL. Dude, Ouroboros is such a nutty card. if I'm being honest. So Voice of Victory coming down is great because it forces him to have to spend his mana on his turn. And I think what we play... We're going to play both our creatures here. We really want another land. Ideally, we want a land that is 2 colors. Eclipse, that is a weird card to main board, but go off, King. We're going to activate the clue now to see if we can draw a card. Lovely. So I'll have this come in for green. Alright, cool. Let me just grab this deck. So that copies it into there, and I'm going to grab Moxfield. So opponent strategic betrayal my 1-drop. Okay. You got it, dude. I think I'm going to go for a Phoenix Down Novice Inspector here. I need to chance Tursala, King of the Pride, Ajani, Collective Company to make it a standard. Yes, you do. So there are a few cards there you would need to trim down. Standard gave us quite a good cat package with foundations. And though you are cutting those cards, keep in mind, because you don't have 4 copies of each, you're actually not shaving as many cards out of your deck as you might think. So opponent just tapped out, so I'm pretty sure we just go nutty with Ouroboros here. Alrighty. Yeah, for the record, part of the reason why I also recommend Standard is because it's a smaller card pool, and I have a lot more comfort with recommending what to bring into a Standard format. I'm not going to give you cards that aren't going to... I'm not going to recommend cards to you that aren't going to brick. Whereas Historic, I know a lot less about. Where have I seen this deck before? So there should be... This is game, right? Because Ouroboros is just such a silly card. Oh my god, let's just really blow him up, I guess. Yeah, this is beyond game. Alrighty. Against this opponent, Seambrip's probably a bit weaker. Since you're more of a Standard player, so I will copy over the deck with a copy so it has the legal cards in already. Yeah, absolutely. When I finish this game, we can unpack what the deck looks like, if you don't mind. Or if you're keen. I quite enjoy brewing, so I'm more than happy to help you. There's a lot of really interesting life gain cards in Standard you might not have heard of that I'm more than happy to recommend to you. Battle menu goes out for Get Lost in this matchup, and I'm pretty sure Requisition Raid might actually be really good. Oh, I really like Elspeth here too. There's so many cards to like in this matchup. I think I bin Phoenix down, because he just runs too much exile. Is the Mobilize and Voice of Victory a win con? So Voice of Victory can be a win con. It's very good into control decks because of the fact it stops your opponent interacting, and it's like 3 power for a 2-drop. That's generally why it sees a lot of play. It's a very good stuff card. Like, it goes in... It's very flexible, can go in a lot of strategies. There's a lot to like about the card. If we can get to 5 mana here, on a relatively empty board, Elspeth will do really well. Alright. Again, I feel like him using this card on my 1-drop is really not a bad thing for me. We're going to shock ourselves here. I just realized I should have played a different land. I didn't need to take 2 damage there. But by the time I already played it, I was... Oh my god. There's Voice. Is it more valuable compared to Grand Abolisher or just for the extra damage? It has a better body. Grand Abolisher is standard legal, actually. Believe it or not. And Voice of Victory sees more play than Grand Abolisher. So we just gotta go on blocking duty here and just keep blocking Unstoppable Slasher. Ooh. That's alright. You have 5 commons, 3 uncommon, and 1 mythic wild card. Okay. Commons and uncommons are relatively easy to earn. Would you prefer I build you a deck with what you have, or give you some little stretch cards to go for? Because you will still keep getting wild cards, keep in mind. I'm going to go Voice of Victory here. We'll see what he does. So we're not getting one shot this turn. So we'll just use Get Lost here. Give cards and I will see if I have first, because I don't know what I have. Yeah, sure. What we might do is, I'll build the deck. Let's call it the idealized version of it. And then we can work backwards. How's that sound? So against this guy, we just need to put up tokens. So Elspeth can come down here. And should be pretty reasonable here. That Seam Rip is probably going to hit a 6/6 dragon. Or 6/6 demon, if I had to be honest. Alright, so yep. The 1/1s will do their job now and block the slashes for as long as they can. If he doesn't play... Oh, he's got a removal. Damn. That's probably a 1 or 2 of in his deck too. Oof. Alright. Suddenly I don't feel so good. So this is going to be sacrifice an enchantment, buddy. I don't want to use Seam Rip yet. Yeah, bye-bye Elspeth. Very unfortunate for us. Import by a text. Save and continue. Ah, yes. Alright, if we go back to the deck... How much of a stickler are you for lands as well? So, I also asked that because if you want to run Bright Glass Gearhulk, you're going to need more dual lands. Because it's got such an awkward casting cost. So I wouldn't recommend running a card like Bright Glass Gearhulk unless you have a land base like I do, where you have a bunch of cards that can be either color. That's like one of the big restrictions for that, to be able to play that card. But... Cottontail Caretaker. I haven't even heard of that card. Cruel Claw's Heist. Okay, goodbye Seam Rip. Alright, I think I'm well and truly out of steam here, guys. He is just going to mow me down with those. And we keep drawing lands. That is an unfortunate situation when we do get land flooded, sadly. Oh, I think we can get this one, though. Very untimely land draw. All right. We could play a tap land here. It's probably our best opportunity, since we don't have a turn 1 play here. Alright, Voice of Victory comes down. This Requisition Raid, 100% is just going to destroy an Annex, I think. See, that's a good strategic betrayal target. If he plays the Annex, I think we let it live for a turn. Okay. Unless we draw something great, we can play with Requisition Raid this turn. Or a Boroid. Whew. Not quite. That's almost something we can play that with Requisition Raid. That's great. But I think we go Bright Glass Gearhulk. And we're going to grab a Paw Patch here, I think. And probably a Dusk Rose. You have 2 more double lands you can add. Okay. I'll show you my process for building a deck that I think will help you get to plat. At the very least. Like, to hit plat, all you need to do is win 1 game for every 2, basically. Ooh. So we're going to use... No, we'll sacrifice the Inspector here. Never mind, I missed a few. That's all good. We will not Offspring. We need to remove this card draw card that he has now. We don't mind taking 1 to do this. Because more than anything, we just need to stop this nonsense from going on. And then if he doesn't play a massive threat next turn, Elspeth should be able to start going wild. Ooh, the demon. Okay, so we'll play Novice Inspector here. And probably Ouroboros. And now we need to set up. Next turn we have lethal. It depends what he does. He might deny us, but my goal here is going to be... Okay, never mind. We're not Elspething. But if he doesn't deal with Ouroboros, we could also have lethal. Oh my god, he's got it all, dude. Demon Wall. We can block that. I'm gonna see if I can YOLO card draw here. No, sadly not. Good damage. So our goal now is just to chip him down slowly. We're going to take damage here. If he has Bloodletter, we lose on the spot here, which would be very tragic. Oof, for a second. So he's going to end step, sure. We'll draw then. Oh, sick draw. Very nice draw for us. Unfortunately, we don't have the mana to do this and also remove a creature, which would have been my preference. We'll just jam the board at this point. We need to go around him. We don't need the mana dork. We'll just eat the token. Yeah. So if we do this, he loses a demon wall as well. which means next turn the attack should be lethal. Unstoppable Slasher. We're not too worried about that. Alright. I think we got him here, guys. Is Brightglass Gearhulk better? Brightglass Gearhulk would... Well, actually, let's just think about this. No, I think what we have to do here is we got to go Gearhulk to grab Seam Rip. And we'll grab a Novice Inspector. Don't think that matters though, but... This also scoops up the Demon. Yeah, GG. Woo! We got him, folks. Alright. Now, without further ado, let's see if this works. Is Cat Collector good? We'll cover that. I'll show you how I build a standard deck. And you can apply this to any format, really. These are all meant to be interchangeable. So, if we go ba-bam, how's that? Is that coming through all right? I'll move my camera too. Give us a moment, please. We'll go up here. All right, so we have the idea of building a cat life gain deck, right? You'll notice all the cards in red here are ones that are not currently standard legal. For the record, I'm using Moxville. This isn't a plug, it's just where I go to build decks. I find it really helpful, and you'll see why. General theme of a deck is always the most important thing, which you've already done, which is, hey, I want to build a cat deck, and I want to gain life. There are these cards like Ajani's Pridemate, where when I gain life, I get bigger. So, how do we translate this into standard? Well, we need to see what cards are in standard first. We have two kind of themes we got going. We got cats and life gain. Before I make any changes to your deck, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at sort of the breakup of the types of cards you have. So how many creatures do you have? How much interaction do you have? How much land do you have? It's a best of one deck, which matters because you have the hand smoother. If you don't know what that means, best of one specifically has a system where it deals you 2 hands at the start of the game and chooses the one for you that's more balanced. And by balanced, I mean lands and creatures, lands and interaction, etc. What that means is you can actually cheat a little bit in best of one. A lot of people recommend 24 as the land count in standard decks. What you can actually do is cut it down to 23. So, with that in mind, we'll make our first cut here to lands. So let's go for 23 lands. Next, I'll look for interaction. This is a very interaction-heavy format where you need to always have an answer for people's threats, really. But not just on your turn, you need to be able to cast them on your opponent's turn. That's really important. Particularly since, as you said, you're versing a lot of red aggro. So what am I going to recommend to you? There's a neat little card that was printed in Foundations, meaning it will not rotate out for a while, called Elspeth's Smite. This card is 1 mana, it's an instant, it exiles the card it targets, and it's a big middle finger to red. It kills a lot of their threats the turn they come out, and all you need to do is hold up 1 mana and spend it on your opponent's turn. I would highly recommend in a best of one format where everyone's playing aggro, you run 4 copies of this. It's an uncommon. But it's a Foundations card, meaning you'll have it until 2030, if not longer, if they choose to keep Foundations around. Ariet's Lullaby is a sorcery. So we can run this for now, but what I would recommend is we switch this for an instant that kind of does a similar effect. So for example, if we use Scryfall Search, now this will automatically filter for standard legal cards. There is a card that I'm thinking of in white. So we'll choose white and green for the record, but there's a specific card I'm thinking of. If I exile attacking creature, I'm just going to type in exile attacking because it'll give me the card. Not on my watch. This card is a 2-mana instant that says exile target attacking creature. So compared to Ariet's Lullaby, you can use it on your opponent's turn when they're having a go at you, so you don't even need to take the damage, which offsets the life gain. And it also exiles it rather than destroying it. which could be really relevant because there's a lot of creatures that when they die, do something. So for now, I'm going to swap the 2 Ariet's Lullabies for 2 Not On My Watches. Okay? Let's move to creatures for a little bit. Ajani's Pridemate is a fantastic card for the record. We're going to add this as a 4-off. What set is that card? Not On My Watch is in Murders at Karlov Manor. If you are looking for these. Sheltered by Ghosts, fantastic card for the record. You're going to win a lot of games against aggro because you run this card. Feather of Flight, I'm going to put as a maybe card, alright? We'll come back to this one in a bit. And also, I'm very aware we're on 69 cards, by the way. We'll cut it down. First things first, I'm putting in kind of the general idea of how I want to build the deck. Ajani's Pridemate, banger of a card. Let's lean into it. How strong can we make Ajani's Pridemate? Let's take a look at what cats are in standard right now. So we do card type cat. We're going to say green and white. And we're going to look at roughly kind of what options we have to be able to run right now. So there's Ajani's Pridemate again. We've already got that. You'll see there's actually quite a lot of cat support in standard. They kind of knew what they were doing when they did this. So we want anything that is roughly in the flavor of life gain and cares about cats. So we got Felidar Savior here, which can buff creatures, but I think we can do a bit better than that. So if I go back, I'm gonna narrow the search even more because we got a lot of stuff here. So we're gonna card type cat, life, and we're gonna put life in the Oracle text, meaning show me all the cats that care about life gain. So Regal Caracal, you've already put in your deck. Leonin Vanguard. Beginning of your combat, if you control 3 or more creatures, Leonin Vanguard gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and you gain 1 life. It's an interesting 1-drop. Kutzel's Flanker is a great card, especially if you're running into a lot of graveyard decks. I don't know about the historic meta rogue, but in standard best of 1, there's quite a few reanimation decks. So Kutzel's Flanker is the kind of card I'd be inclined to put in as a 1 or 2 of, and flash it in on your opponent's turn to remove their exile, or to exile their stuff. Alternatively, you can also use it to gain life as a different option. So let's go back. We have... I might remove these as well for brevity now. Alright, so... And we'll remove Ajani's Strength of the Pride as well, and Coco. So, Soul Warden exists in Standard. It's not called Soul Warden, it's a little different, but it will do the exact same thing. What set is Flanker from, as it is a rare card? Ixalan. So don't craft these yet, by the way. I reckon decide kind of the ones you want to lean in towards first. But keep in mind... Alright, we want... It's a... I don't remember the name of the card, but it is a Rabbit 1-drop. Rabbit. It is called... I'll find it in a second. Yeah, here we go. Hinterland Sanctifier. So Hinterland Sanctifier... Yeah, alright, cool. Hinterland Sanctifier is your Soul Warden. So this card is got 1 more health than Soul Warden, and rather than gaining life when your opponents play creatures, it's only for you, but trust me, you'll make the most of it still. Hinterland Sanctifier I would recommend as a 4-off. Because the dream for you is you play Hinterland Sanctifier on turn 1, follow it up with Ajani's Pridemate. That's a really good opener for you. Because you play a 2-mana 3/3, which is exactly what I was talking about, where red really hates it when you play big-bodied creatures early. I like Regal Caracal as a 2-of in this deck, because it's kind of this expensive top-endy threat. Arabo is a Lord, meaning by the time you get to 3 mana and you want to play Arabo, let's make sure you have enough cats that can benefit from him. One of the luxuries you also have is, if I look up cats, Being and Celestia, I did run 4 of them and switched to Historic with Soul Warden. Yeah, there you go. So, it's a good choice. There is another cat I want to add to the deck. And that is this boy here, Kutzel Malamet Exemplar. So this guy is kind of like Voice of Victory for you, where he stops your opponents from being able to cast spells on your turn. And he also goes really well with Ajani's Pridemate. So if we go back now and take a look, you play Ajani's Pridemate on turn 2, followed by Kutzel on turn 3. Ajani's Pridemate will ideally be a 3/3, so you'll gain life, be able to pump it up. Kutzel will draw you a card as well, on top of being a cat with all that synergy. Because Kutzel is a legendary, we don't want to run 4 copies of it because of the legend rule, so I think at least 2 copies of Kutzel for now. We might tweak that. So Hinterland Sanctifier, as I said earlier, is a bit of a cornerstone of your deck. It's a 1 mana, start gaining life when you play creatures. We probably want another one of these, and there happens to be another one in the format right now. It's called Case of the Uneaten Feast. This is also a Murders of Karlov card. Case of the Uneaten Feast. This bad boy. It's a rare though, so for now, let's tentatively say 2, and we'll cut Feather of Flight out. Looking at your curve as well, I would very much like to play another 1-drop of some kind. Let's think about this. What 1-drop would I recommend a life gain deck? How do you spell that last cat? Ah, yes. So here it is here. Kutzil. It's an uncommon. This would probably be a really good craft, I would recommend. What I'm going to do now that we have a deck starting to take form, is we got to think of the curve of it. So I'm going to sort by mana value. Oh, actually, I'm going to group by mana value, sorry. Alright. So I would like another couple creatures to play as 1-drops, I think. You do have actually quite a nice selection of cards to play here on turn 1. Turn 2, you have Essence Channeler, which is another Ajani's Pridemate. Helpful Hunter can be useful. The problem with Helpful Hunter is the card draw is actually pretty irrelevant in a short game. Which red aggro, which as you said is kind of your arch enemy, really likes you playing this card because it can't comfortably block their creatures. They'll attack through it, and that's basically all they care about, really. But we'll keep Helpful Hunter for now as a 2-of, but that's probably one where if you feel like you're getting pushed back by red, I'd be keeping an eye out for that one. We've got 3-drops and we got 2 5-drops. So there is a card I'm thinking to put in the deck, and this card will really juice your matchup against aggro. And that is this bad boy, Beezer. So I'm playing him in this deck that I've been playing on stream. He's a 4-drop that specifically got a lot of text for the record. If you have less life than your opponent when you play him, you gain life. If you have less creatures, you get creatures. If you have less cards, you get cards. Fantastic against red. He's got 5 toughness as well, meaning it's really difficult for them to get through him. He can be really clutch. I'm not quite happy with the amount of cats we have in the deck yet. I would very much like to put in more cats. I think Delny here is starting to be a little bit weaker now. What's Delny going to trigger off? So she can make your creatures unblockable if they're really small. But you'll trigger Helpful Hunter. You will trigger Pridemate and Essence Channeler until they get too big. And you will trigger Hinterland Sanctifier. Yeah, sure. Let me, just type it out for you and post it in chat. There you go. So type that. If you type that into a search, just type Kutzil MTG, you're going to get the card. Alrighty. Now, I do want to upgrade this mana base. But for now, what you have here, you can run. I would cut down the amount of forests, though, since you're very heavy in white. Let's have another look at cats. If we take a look at cats... Oh, cat owl. I didn't even know that was coming to standard. That's fun. Nah, none of these are jumping out as me as like, oh, you gotta run it. I do like Roxanne. But I don't think you can run that. Oh, Sky Knight Squire! Oh, 100% you gotta run this card. I knew there was a cat I wasn't thinking of. We'll go over this one in a second then. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, I've got a plan now. How many Beezers should I run? Strictly 2. You can run 3. The problem I have is there are going to be games where you have multiple Beezers in your hand and you have a low curve, so they're going to gunk up your hand and you're going to feel real bad. Alright, so I would like to make a recommendation, and that is to cut Helpful Hunter in favor of 4 Sky Knight Squires. This guy gets bigger every time you have a creature enter the battlefield. I have 2, so yeah, perfect. Awesome. That'll be good for you. So we have a secondary theme starting to emerge here. Not only are we gaining life, but we have a few cards that care when we have +1/+1 counters on our creatures. And I'm gonna say Sovereign Oakenek here is another interesting craft for you that I would have as a 2 of. This gives you 4 4-drops and 2 5-drops, which I think is a good curve to have. You have good, reasonable late game options. And I'm going to say cut Delny at this point. I reckon go up to 2 Arabo, because Arabo plus Sky Knight Squire will be a really good turn for you. You can run 1 Sky currently. Alright. Sky Knight Squire is a really good cat, because this card just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it gets evasion too, as you play more things. If you don't have Sky Knight Squire, that's fine. We can swap that. So let's go for 1 Sky Knight Squire for now. Okay, I have a good idea. Bear with me on this. Do you only have 1 Arabo? I think I like this. Yep. Yes, unfortunately. No, that's fine. So what we'll probably do instead, for now... I think we need to change the direction of the deck a little bit. We need to lean into Selesnya, Green-White's ability, to make tokens. Because those tokens are going to trigger your Sanctify and your Case of Uneaten Feast, which will buff your creatures with life gain. So this card here, Hop to It, is really good for that. It's a 3-mana card that makes 3 1/1s, which is a fantastic rate for you. I think we cut Sovereign for now, and we put in 4 Hop to It's. Most of the current cards, I need to craft most of the cards. Yeah, okay. 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 So I think as a tentative first crack, this would be something to build towards. Unfortunately, I can't really nitpick too hard without knowing exactly what's in your collection. You have 1 Hop to It. So the nice thing is this is an uncommon. So you can work your way towards this pretty quickly. But it does seem like the strongest interaction you have is gain life with lots of tokens. Do you have this card here? This is Resolute Reinforcements. It's a 2-mana 1/1 with Flash that lets you bring in another 1/1. This card here is a really good synergy with your cards that will gain you life when you draw creatures. Or when you play creatures, sorry. You're opening Bloom Burrow for Chatterfang. Well, you're good luck because Chatterfang is a special guest in that set, I believe. So he's very rare. If you want Chatterfang conventionally, I don't know. Actually, I don't even think Modern Horizons 2 is on Arena. That might be the only way to get Chatterfang. Chatterfang is also not standard legal, just for the record. Alright. I'll tell you what. As a work in progress, what I would like to do... You do have 4 of them. Oh, brilliant. I want to quickly talk about lands, if that's alright. And that is, let's look at what colors you have. You're primarily white-based, which means we really don't need too many forests. We need more plains than forests, really. But I'm going to cut all the forests, and you won't be able to do this yet, but I highly recommend you get a play set here of Soulstone Sanctuary. This is a land that can also be a creature, but it's also a creature of all types, which means your cats, it can be a cat, it can be a rabbit, it can be a demon, it can be whatever you need it in the moment. Alrighty, what I might do is I'm going to post a link to this in chat to give you a point to work towards. So if I were you, I'd hang on to that and work your way towards that deck. There's still some improvements I'd made to it, but I mean, I stream Mondays and Tuesdays. What set is Soulstone Sanctuary? This is another Foundations card. Foundations cards are going to be really good for you because they stick around for a long, long time. They're around till 2030. Yeah, I had a feeling it was a misclick. So, if it's alright with you, I would actually like to move to a new segment. We might kill the music here. Give us a moment, guys. Alrighty, Cade, I'm going to start recording in a hot minute, and we're going to start yapping about something that actually is really, like, I think is a little bit under talked about with people. Alright, recording on. Let's move my camera back down, actually, so I'm not covering my video capture. Bam. Alrighty, who is ready? I got a question for chat. How is Spider-Man doing, guys? How do we think it's going? Do we think Spider-Man is going well right now in terms of financial value? Because I don't know if you guys have seen recently, but let's just say Spider-Man really hasn't made the splash that I think they were going for. And to demonstrate this, let's take a look at the chart. So if you look up the TCG player chart for Spider-Man, I think it tells a really good story. Let's go collector box. Any second now, TCG player. TCG player has crashed on me once again. All right. So when Spider-Man first came out, people were pretty hyped for it. I mean, understandably, because we did have Final Fantasy just before. And as such, as people can probably expect, pre-orders spiked. Like, mega spiked. TCG player, my guy, what are you doing right now? Are you telling me TCG player is right now? Is down right now? Dude, I was gonna give my cool little prezzo. We'll improv it. We'll do it live. It's fine. All right. And it posted a link. We love to see it. If we copy a link. Oh, brilliant. So, this is a chart with an interesting story. To the left here, you might notice, it had an all-time high of nearly $1,400. You know, this was when hype for the set was coming out. People were really pumped for this. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, what did it do? Oh my god, why am I drawing in white? What is this? It dropped. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. This isn't even the right chart. And this is why I need a TCG player, guys. SMH. I grabbed this chart because it looked like it had the right motions. Is this the wrong chart? This was kind of scuffed. Hold on. Hold the phone. All right. Is this the chart we're looking for? Yes. So, when Spider-Man was announced, this is the price of collector boosters, guys. They started, you know, at a humble 500. Pre-orders began. Most collector boosters, they start here. But then pretty quickly, it started to become clear that people were thinking this would be a Final Fantasy. There was a go up. You know, it's Marvel. It's Spider-Man. It's a massive IP. This is surely a slam dunk investment. Well, as it turns out, if we zoom in right here, something happened. What the hell happened here? Look at all the price action too. You can see all these people were selling it off massively. And as it turns out, this date right here happened to be the exact same time spoilers for the set started coming out. So people saw the new cards, saw what they were actually getting in Spider-Man, and immediately sold off. They were not impressed. Which begs the question, how can you tell, and how do players tell, what a good set is versus a bad set? Spider-Man, ironically enough, was filled with all these cards and heroes that were really just getting by on brand and on brand recognition, really. You had, you know, Spider-Punk, Peter Parker, 20,000 different Spider-Men. Ultimately, though, the market rejected it. And the reason for that, ironically, from the set that happened to have the Soul Stone in it, is that it was a soulless set, really. But what makes a soulless set? That's what I want to chat with you guys about today. So, at a high level, if we pan over to the right here, I want to compare Spider-Man with Final Fantasy. We had two universes beyond, back to back, and effectively what makes a set a Final Fantasy, where it spikes to, I think it's almost at all-time highs for collector booster boxes, versus a set that basically fell off a hill completely, right? All right. So, oh my god, bro. No, I'm losing internet. It's, oh my god, it's actually all over. It's actually all over. Hello?